The next chapter is about working out your direction. It shows you things that can help.
The world around you changes so much that it's very important to be flexible with what you're doing, because if you're rigid and the world changes, your idea might not work anymore. About a year after starting, we had a bit of a change of plan of what we were going to do, because someone else had quite a similar idea to the idea we'd had. So we spent a bit of time analysing whether it was worth us going on. But as we thought about it, our approach was slightly different. So we have changed the idea of what we were going to do. It isn't exactly the same as we started with, but we haven't lost our underlying beliefs of what's important.
When you're drawing up a development plan, keep it simple and focused. Don't try and do everything at once. It's one of the most common mistakes we find with the groups that we work with. Their ambition far outstrips their capacity, so their development plans are completely unworkable. Ambition is good, but it's got to be realistic and manageable.
You could decide who's going to do what and when you're going to do it and what your timescales are. What are the tasks that you need to do as a group of people to make this happen? In the short term, in the longer term, in the middle term, depending on the purpose of your group. And then how are you going to review that? How are you going to know that you've been successful at that? And how are you going to publicise that? And how are you going to celebrate what you do well? And how are you going to build on the things that you need to improve?
One big aspect of our development plan was actually creating a business plan for the Guides for the Mind Assistant Dog programme, and that involved having to try and find a business mentor because I didn't feel I had the skills on my own to do it. We spent several months working on developing the plan and also making a detailed budget. The more times we went back over it, we discovered, oh, we've forgotten that. And I think it's important to go over the budget lots and also to get new eyes to look at it.
It needs to be clear to people joining your organisation or funders what it is that you're trying to do. But also for you to set achievable goals, because if you never get anywhere near what you want to do, it's quite disheartening. So you might have like a wider aim, which is a sort of utopian idea, but within that you need to have things that you can definitely achieve. Maybe sometimes some short-term goals and some longer-term goals, so that you feel like you're making progress.
I think it's about starting small and thinking big. So it's about, being small and being succinct and being diverse, and that's how you're going to start. But you're thinking big, you're thinking out of the box all the time.
Let's reflect on some of the points made.
It's helpful to try and draw up a development plan. This doesn't have to be complicated or too detailed at this stage, but you will find it useful to set out the key things that you want to do.
It's also advisable to see your development plan as a working document that can and should change.
Exercise 1. What chapter headings would you have in your development plan? Exercise 2. Think about 3 things that need to be in your plan.